Hello, back on track with Monster today, episode 3. And as you can see, that always the exciting part in any song for me is when the harmonies arrive. This is, it really just transforms every song that we do them on. So there's that to show you. I've finally made my decision about what to do with the horrible sounds that were conflicting in the rhythm section. Almost all of them are gone. That was a pretty straightforward decision in the end. I've kept two very simple sounds in machine, and the rest of it is all carried by BFD now. And I've made my decision on the guitar solo as well. It can stay. I think it's pretty well played and I like the sound of it. I'll live with the artifacts and bits and bobs that are wrong with it, and I've added an amplitude instance to the sound, so we'll get to that when we hit the solo. Let's crack on. What can I say? It's really easy to write music when you've got somebody that sounds like this.
Was it ever really me, monster, can you tell? Am I living a dream under your spell?
It's just really, really good.
What the darkness asks of me with its lidless eyes helps me dull the pain of their lies. Oh, monster, I'm low. Hold me close, monster, please, never let go.
So I was still fiddling with the reverb, haven't decided what levels to have it at. And again, the fab filter comes up trumps. It's just the tool of choice these days. I think there's just too much on at the moment. If I really hone in on the main vocal, I'll go back to that again.
Helps me dull the pain of their lies. Oh,
I wanted spacey. I wanted a big breathing spacey reverb, but I think that's just a bit too much.
love me with its lidless eyes helps me dull the pain of their lies.
But it's close. You know, that kind of really spacious. I want the tingles to sound. The closest example I can think of to a reverb sound that is just to die for is Jesus to a Child by George Michael. It's absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best produced vocal sounds I've ever heard, and it's really over the top. He's cranked lots and lots of brightness and ting to the sound, but it's just completely superb. So that's what I'm going for, and I'm close, but it's not there yet. So that's a work in progress. The guitar sound has almost completely single-handedly been fixed just by adding that amplitude effect on. I think it's brightened it. If let's see, bring it back again, and I disable amplitude. It's quite extreme. And in isolation, it doesn't sound very good, but I think it cuts through in the song. This is a great thing where you can't mix in solo. If I bring everything back in and turn this off again, I think the guitar sounds muddy, and then the effect pulls it through. Yeah, I tried dialing a little bit of reverb in on that last take, and that didn't work, so I'll take that back out. But you see what I mean about when you listen to it in solo, it doesn't really work. It sounds brutal and nasty and noisy, and not a sound that I would kind of particularly go for. But in the context of the song, it's doing everything the song needs it to do. I've also tidied up the start and end. There used to be, when it was unaffected, when it didn't have this amplitude on, there's a little bit of noise as I pick my plectrum up and prepare to play. And I used to really like it. Yeah. And it kind of, the picking your axe up, preparing to wield sort of nonsense, but with the effect on, it doesn't work at all, so I've taken that away. And similarly at the end of the song, right at the tail, all of that kind of ambient noise that used to be okay before Amplitude did its thing, I've had to take all that away, so you can see there's a hard volume chop on that. Definitely better to clean that up. I think the guitar sound is really good now. I'm happy with the solo, it stays. What else have we got? And yeah, the rhythm has just been basically fixed. I am now happy with it. There's no reason to tinker anymore. These two sounds, the BFD is basically carrying it all on its own. It sounds great. The machine in the background is, well, yeah, it's doing almost nothing. Actually nothing at this point. Earlier on in the song it does have more of a role to play. There's a little that thing, which I think really helps. I think that enhances it quite a bit. But for the most part, no, it's the BFD doing the job. And again, simple is best. I just couldn't think of a reason to leave any more nonsense in. It was just cluttering the sound and being unnecessary. So out it comes. So that's Monster as it stands right now. I'll get the reverb fixed and decide where that's going to sit in the mix at the end of the day, and that will again just tie everything together. Get all the harmonies finally polished. I don't think any of them have actually got I was about to say I didn't think the harmonies had reverb on, but they do. They might all have exactly the same value. Yeah, they do. So I've copied one track and just replicated it all right the way across the board. So a little bit more fine attention to that is required, and just finish off that polishing effect. But we're very nearly good to go. I'm super happy. When I listened back to episode 2 and all of those clashes with the drums, they really upset me because it just didn't sound right. And now, particularly with the harmonies coming in, it sounds like a song, and I'm super happy with it. So very close to the mastering process, the mixing and mastering stage, and I hope you'll come back to join me then. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time.